Hello everyone, and welcome back. My name is Nicholas, and this is Major Crit, and we're here with a slightly unusual episode. I made a bit of a mistake, technical error, user error, and I didn't actually have my mic turned on while I was recording a couple episodes the other day. And so what I'm doing now is essentially voiceover. The same thing that I normally do, chat about the game as we play it, but this time I'm chatting about the game as we watch someone else play it, and that someone else is me, from the past. Alright, so as you can see, we're investigating Heart Island here. Quite an interesting design. So, how do I want to say this? A lot of this whole section of the game reminds me a lot of Wind Waker, Legend of Zelda game that I'm hoping to play on the channel at some point. And one thing that was really fun about Wind Waker was that you had all these little small individual islands, these little kind of nuggets of puzzle and challenge and fighting and adventure. And I'm getting a lot of the feel here of that, which I've been really enjoying for this section of the game. That's one thing I'm actually quite pleased with in general, is that every section of this game has been giving me something new, something a little bit unique, some slightly different flavor for us to go with. So we got this weird little island that's a heart, but then there's all these hidden buttons, and they activate things, and now I gotta go around hitting buttons and trying to figure out what they activate, and then getting ambushed by these weird little enemies. Now it's funny, I've seen them around a lot, but I've never actually I've very rarely actually encountered them in a Mario game, like other than in this situation, obviously, here. Where I've actually seen them the most was in Mario Maker, where they were a very popular enemy to use because, they essentially acted as a bit of a hazard. You could do some kind of cool jump tricks with that required some finesse. A lot of, if you paid any attention to the Mario Maker kind of lifespan, a lot of what was going on there as the game continued were really focusing on that harder and harder Mario gameplay that often the Mario games don't really give you. If you play any the Mario World sort of games, they tend to start out relatively easy. I messed up that. Oh well, whatever. I can just, hey, Nicholas from last week, do better. And go ahead and waste all your POW blocks on enemies. Why would you even do that? Oh, though this is actually where I learned a really cool thing. So I'm quite concerned here, I'll try to take out as many as I can in one go. I'm trying to think if there's any items that can help me. But what I don't realize at this point is that when you POW block an enemy, it actually stuns them. I was wondering why POW blocks were considered to be so expensive. They did very little damage, but you could only carry 3 of them at a time. So what makes them so great that they have to be limited like that? And it turns out that what makes them great is that they just give you a free turn in combat, essentially. So you can still, even with an imperfect lineup, you can still get a no damage fight and get that bonus. Now you do still miss out on the stunned, can't move, great. You do still miss out on the puzzle solver coin bonus, so you don't get everything. But you do still at least get some coins. And honestly, those POW blocks are not very expensive from the shop. I think later on, maybe in this episode or the next, I go ahead and stock up, fill my inventory up with POW blocks again after learning that they stun like this. It's just so good. Anyway, and I remember from now on, I was thinking, oh man, that fight took forever. I was trying to do this little puzzle here, and I became very cautious about hitting the buttons, or hitting the bushes now, because, oh man, I really don't want to have to get in another fight. I don't think another one pops out at us. It was just the one little guy. Now this is an interesting kind of puzzle island, because a lot of what it amounts to, in retrospect, is essentially just hitting buttons randomly that do random things, like somehow honk the horn, or I don't know if it's called a horn on a ship, but make your ship do things. Like how does that even do it? I don't know. Yeah, it really is just hit every single button until it does what you want. I think you can probably see by now what we're trying to do. Well, that just resets it, which is annoying. Or being a bit peeved at that. That was kind of almost the final one I hit. I managed to undo all my work. And then have to figure out which button it was. If you remember, the statue kind of lifted the thing earlier on and nothing happened. Well, I figured now that we've got the boulder in his hand, if he lifts it, then bam, we made a little ramp. And hey, now we can jump up there. Yeah, I would expect normally in this sort of situation that the boulder would like hit and smash something. So I think it is kind of interesting that they have something different happen here. So that just makes him spin around, and I was confused. And what's going on here? Why is that there after we're done with the puzzle? Yeah. Oh no, that's probably Olivia, right? These marks look important. No idea what they're trying to say. They might come in handy though. So I'll sketch a quick copy. If you want to see these symbols again, press X on the Great C and I'll show them to you. So that's our first clue of kind of the wider puzzle about what's going on here. That comes out. That little bit of the wall was suspicious from the first moment. It's like, oh, no, it's just a toad. Well, at this point, I'm not a real heart. Don't let your heart be troubled by such a thing. Love is all around us. I've been so chatty, just being able to talk without having to play the game at the same time. Probably been talking too fast even. But max up plus 20. I think those are the best ones. I don't think we've ever hit anything better than a plus 20. But from my understanding of the game so far, and I haven't done a deep dive, I just did a quick Google search for what sort of attack bonus you did get. Yeah, and fish, and I was like, maybe if you keep pressing it, something will happen, and more fish. And that did kind of happen, but it just kind of stopped at 3 fish, and then I didn't keep doing things. Sorry, I'm not treasure. I'm just me. Oh, you are a treasure. But I do know where you can find a real treasure out on the ocean. Alright, so we get another mark on our map, something that we'll get to. Maybe not in this episode, but later on we're certainly going to go and get all those. I'm just double checking that, yes, we've cleared that island 100%. Feels really nice to just be able to mark that off the map, that we're completely done there. Puzzle solve area completed. So, going back to what I was saying, shall we ship out? To what I was saying about the, Wind Waker. Forgot the name of the game. I was thinking Minish Cap because that's what I've been playing recently. Watch that if you haven't. Zelda games are always fun. And then I go off and get distracted chasing that fish for a while. It just gives me coins. It's kind of cool, but nothing really special. Yeah, so the nice thing is that, you've got these little puzzles or challenges. You can kind of complete them relatively quickly. They're not huge. So you get that kind of feeling of satisfaction, of completion, that in a wider open world you don't get in that same sort of way. So, you're completing like little micro things, but the island, an island-sized challenge is big enough that it feels more significant than just like getting one thing, but it still is small enough that you can complete it, in just a few minutes or whatever. Now the thing about Wind Waker, as opposed to this, is that here, this is just one little section of the game. So pretty much, other than when we run into puzzles, I think we'll run into maybe 1 or 2 here. We'll see. You can pretty much complete every island as soon as you get there, with a couple of exceptions. Well, for Wind Waker, since it's a Zelda game and very much, the whole world is the sea with all the islands throughout the entire course of the game, and you get all the, the upgrades and items and things. It's very, very possible, very, very likely, in fact, I'd say, that the first time you go to an island, you don't have the tools necessary to complete that island. So you just kind of got to remember and come back. But in this situation, you're almost always going to be able to get it, or be assured that if you don't get it, you'll be able to get it soon. I think we went to the Mushroom House, so I'm forgetting. It's been a while now. I had a crazy couple of weeks, which is another reason why I probably messed up the audio recording, is just life got weird and I was distracted. Weird good. Busy. I had family visiting that I haven't seen in like, I don't know, years. Long time anyway. So that was really cool, but It did disrupt life for a couple of weeks. Getting back into the swing of it now. Luckily, we haven't missed any episodes, so, you know, managed to stay on top of that, which has been good. Let's see, what is in this clam? Can't remember. Something good, obviously, since it's so shiny. Must be a toad in there, because we have a toad bell on, which gives us a hint about what's gonna... Oh, look at the size of this thing. I want to cook it somehow. Where can we do that? Which tells me what we're gonna do, because I remembered a little partial puzzle we had completed before. Speaking of, you know, here I'm expecting on all these islands that if I can't complete a puzzle, I probably just need to go to another island close by and be able to complete it. But there is at least one puzzle in this game that we've been working on for a long time, since almost the very beginning, that we're pretty much completing, well, soon. I think maybe at the start of the next episode we'll see it, so keep an eye out for what that clam, that oyster will be. Also, the fishing for treasure here is a lot easier than fishing for treasure with the grappling hook in Wind Waker. That was one thing I liked about Wind Waker a lot as well, was the certain of your items could essentially be used for a different function while on the boat. Your grappling hook could be used as like a tether, a line you could reel down to try to pick up treasure from the floor. When you got your bombs out on the boat, it turned into a cannon. You could fire at other ships. I thought that was really cool. I wish they had done it more. I think those are the only two examples. You could pull out like your bows and your boomerang and things and use them, even when you weren't on, or even when you were on the boat, but they just functioned as usual, right? I wish they had leaned into that alternate equipment thing more. One thing I wish this game had leaned into more. Can we do anything with this whale? Can I fish on the whale? No, it just goes right through it somehow, and we get a few coins. Oh. Yeah, one thing I wish they had leaned into maybe less is, no, you cannot go this way. How long the submarine thing takes in this game. I feel like it's quite a stop to have to, you know, go to the right place, press a button, do the whole animation, going down, look around, grab it. Like, it's a multi-step process that feels like it takes a while. Often for, you know, not a huge payoff. Also, doing essentially the same thing every time, which does make it feel old pretty fast. You know, especially when it's like, oh, let me just double check this. You know, is this something slightly different? You know, they do give us kind of animation every time, so, you know, maybe it'll be worth doing it once, but no. Oh, the streamer's still stuck here, says Olivia. And, you know, we don't, you know, really get anything. I just wish that had been sped up a bit. So now where have we gone to so far? We hit the Heart Island. Where are we headed off to now? Oh. I think I heard the whale make a sound and I was curious if it was going to do more. Oh, are we headed down to that square island? Yeah. Oh no! Question mark island. Oh, a question mark, I see. Then I shall name this enigmatic island Question Island? This one definitely works better on paper. I don't think I got Captain Toad's voice quite right there. I keep getting surprised by myself that I'm not the one bringing up the text box. I'm like, oh, something to read. I have to do a voice. I hope you guys do enjoy the voices. I feel like I've gotten better at them since I started, you know, back Ocarina of Time, all those many months ago. But you haven't gotten a lot of feedback on the channel so far in general. So, you know, hey, if you guys do want to comment on the voices, have any suggestions there, if you have anything about the shows, the episodes, whatever, that you enjoy, games you'd like to see, whatever, really, let me know. Oh yeah, we've already done the Square Island, which is why I was trying to hit that boulder back at them. That was so that, because if you remember the giant paper macho soldier version of these guys, the whole thing was that you would hit their boulders back at them. Yeah, I've got to think how to do this. Yeah, you actually figured it out this time. And it's so much easier when you're not playing the game to figure out how things should go. Yeah, and now we can actually look at things. I forgot to look at. So those are spikes, the green ones. But then the non-green ones have different names. Probably use weapons, or and then yeah, those are stone spikes. Which, I haven't actually seen. Do the green spikes have a different sort of boulder they throw, like a non-stone boulder? I guess what I'm trying to ask is, so these blue ones are stone spikes. Are they called stone spikes because they throw stone boulders, or because they're made of stone, or just because they've got rock and roll in their soul? I don't know. But I haven't actually seen the green ones throw boulders yet. Not that I can remember, at least. Not in this game. So I don't have anything to compare it to. Though the blue ones certainly looks like they've got... power block. Yeah, definitely glad I went down there first. I was hoping I'd be able to hit the power block from underneath, but no such luck. Yeah, I wonder how... So I keep saying, you know, like question block, or whatever, but I wonder how you are supposed to pronounce that question mark. Surely it isn't question mark. That would be a bit too long, a bit too silly. And I was trying to jump over that crab, and I jumped right on top of him. Got myself stuck in the fight. In fact, I believe I'm going to try to avoid kind of all of these crabs, and I'm going to end up getting stuck fighting them all by the time we're through here. Yeah, a 2-mover. Haven't had to do one of those in a while. Let's see if I can figure it out. Come on, I believe in you. There you go. Good job, Nicholas. I'm proud of you, boy. Yeah, it is interesting that they keep throwing these, like, very early game enemies. Well, not very early game. Water Elemental was in the second zone, but still, what, that was a whole 2 zones back from where we are right now? Feels like a long time ago, certainly. Oh, Gold Hammer finally broke. That boy did me good. Lots of extra coins from that, which I appreciate. See, and if I was smart, what I would do is go and hit the crabs, which I kind of tried to do there, but I got a little bit too close. And when I intended to see if I could get that one shot with the hammer, instead what happened was, no, that's not right. You've only got 2 moves. I believe in you. Come on, come on. I say that, but I'm now not seeing the solution myself. No, that's not it. That's not going to help you. I'm going to throw money at it, aren't I? I'm going to throw money at it, aren't I? What are you trying to do? You're just returning it back to where it was. Yeah. Olivia. Just doing nothing for us. Yeah. I've gotten a lot more used to just throwing money at these fights. Especially with this sort of thing where, like, you get items. Like, I'm pretty sure that Ice Flower and Flashy Boots like that are worth more... Oh, what are you doing? Don't undo the work. Just twist... Yeah, no. Yep, there you go. That's the big thing, is that when it looks like it's supposed to be a line, I have a really hard time getting my brain around the fact that it might be a square instead. That always throws me off, just every time. Yeah, and I also kind of think it's weird. I mean, the fact that you can so easily switch your items in battle makes me question why they don't just let you have access to your full inventory all the time. If I had to guess, it's probably because just so that you don't have to scroll through as much in a normal fight. But you know, in these next few fights, I do end up having to switch items around a lot more than usual. Which leaves me having to go into that menu and then scroll through everything anyway. So, like, in general it helps, but overall, come on, yeah, that's right. Yep. And then just slide that in. There you go. Man, honestly, that's the thing, is if you can just see the answer to the puzzle, the fights can be relatively short. It's when you have to use up all your puzzle time trying to figure things out, that's when things take forever, and I end up, well, just not knowing what to say. As you can tell from the fact that I went silent during that last fight. It was like, what do I say? I'm just staring at a puzzle and not knowing what to do with it. What is there to say in that sort of situation? And then I'm doing a bad job at collecting all these coins. A lot of them are just ones, which, you know, aren't exactly the end of the world if I miss out on those. And hey, technically, I'm earning coins with every step, right? I've got that coin counter. So I'm gonna have to be good about switching back and forth. Now I've got kind of two coin-based items. The step counter. Yeah, see? With got the sticker on the boulder. I was interested to see if I could hit that back, but it didn't quite work out, so I ended up getting hit by this boulder way too many times. I finally find a safe spot to go there. Yeah, and I'm like, come on, no. Gotta run up, hit it, run back, wait for him to be done, run up, hit him, there we go. And yeah, I wish I had read that sign. I'm not gonna read it, by the way. Spoilers. For that toad. I tend not to do that, because the toad signs are just very obviously toad signs. So I just want to hit them and immediately get the toad, but they almost always, oh, thank you. I wasn't sure if that'd work. Here, let me show you where I have to find a treasure in the ocean. You know, they refer to what was written on them, but if you didn't actually stop to read it, then, you know, what's the point? Seek ye a path to paradise. Yeah, I'm expecting that to be, this paradise place must be super cool. These statues won't shut up about it. I'm expecting it to be some sort of pun or joke of some sort what this paradise is. But I'm not sure what that'll be. I mean, the obvious thing is a pair of dice. Which, oh man, if the next enemy is literally dice, that wouldn't quite fit with the whole stationary thing. What have we had so far? We've had colored pencils. We've had got a few. Thank you so much, Mario. I thought I'd be jammed in there forever. This is one of the Sensor Lab's satellite offices, located right. Yep. What do you say, Mario? Wanted facts travel to our main sensor location. Yep. And then I just skip through that. Yeah, we've had colored pencils, we've had hole punch, we've had rubber bands, and we've had... I think that's what we've had so far. So I'm expecting something like a stapler, and dice don't quite fit, but it would fit the pun pretty well. Oh, sorry for that weird cut, everyone. That might have been a bit weird. So, we hit the end of the episode, apparently. So I've just gone back so we don't just have silence behind us. But thanks for joining me. See you guys next time. One more episode of voiceover, and then we'll be back to normal. Sorry about this, but this is kind of the best I could come up with to fix my mistake without just missing a big chunk of stuff. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.